Hey folks, this is you once again, and I want to welcome everyone back for another Arnold Schwarzenegger movie review. And by the way, if you're wondering, it's raining outside and it's storming, so don't be bothered if you hear the storming outside. But anyway, today I'm gonna talk and review about Not in His Town, Not on His Watch, The Last Stand. Came out in 2013. And yeah, this is the Blu-ray that I do have in the back. And out the back, I love this movie to death. This is actually my 10th favorite Arnold Schwarzenegger film. Yes, my 10th favorite. I thought would be Conan the Destroyer, but I replaced it with that movie. This movie, in my opinion, Arnold Schwarzenegger's last good movie. He did Escape Plan, but this movie was stand up alone, so was much better movie than Escape Plan in my opinion. Technically, this movie was filmed in 17 October 2011 till 2nd February 2012. It's supposed to be released in 2012, but they postponed it and was released in January 12, 2013. So that was awesome. It was released in 2013. I think was before Escape Plan came out, but was actually filmed earlier, before it was even released. But yeah. So the budget for this movie was $45 million, but only made worldwide $48 million. So it was a box office disappointment. It bombed at the box office, which is really too bad. Yeah, it's actually really too bad that that actually bombed in the box office. Did not deserve it. But I really love this movie to death. I really enjoy it. It's a fast-paced action movie, 1 hour 47 minutes long. By the way, the movie was filmed in New Mexico for Summerton Junction, Arizona. But yeah, it was actually filmed in New Mexico, and like I said, it was actually during the nice scenes in the desert. Arnold Schwarzenegger has been seen buying clothes from Walmart, because that time when they actually filmed was really cold. Because this movie, when you see the final movie in which you see a car chase between Gabriel Cortez and Sheriff Owens with Corvette and what was the car, Camaro, you can, and they go in this cornfield. You can see that was actually filmed in October, because that time October has that kind of air and that kind of sun that time, because I know, and that was filmed in October. It was the scene was actually filmed in October in 2011, the final scene that they actually put it in the climatic car chase scene. But I had to go get this out. But why I love this movie, I would say much better than Raw Deal, because it's the second time Arnold Schwarzenegger plays a sheriff. He played sheriff, an ex-FBI agent in Raw Deal. In this movie, he plays ex-cop, now sheriff, in the town of Summerton Junction in Arizona. He plays a sheriff, not on his town, not on his watch, and yeah. So the movie talks about this drug dealer. I think that the leader of a drug bust, the leader of a drug cartel, Gabriel Cortez, played by Eduardo Noriega, who plays the leader of drug cartel, busts out of the prison while they actually were when they were actually moving. He escaped from the courthouse, kills an FBI agent, kidnaps another FBI agent, and speeds with a fast car, and that's that's actually Chevrolet Corvette 6601, which is the fastest car. While FBI tries to capture him, and they try to capture him, and they go and chase him, but because he has a lot of assassins who are destroying the cops. They kill all the cops. Nothing can stop him. He drives to the border of Mexico, and his last stop is through Summerton. His last stop is through Summerton Junction in Arizona, and since the town people are actually leaving the Arizona because they going to watch a ball game, the sheriff and his crew has to stay back in the town and watch the town. That there's actually a peace in it. And meantime, the FBI is still chasing Gabriel Cortez with his fastest car, while he has like assassins that goes with machine guns and destroys the roadblocks. They go and destroy all the roadblocks they're destroying. And in meantime, his other crew, Gabriel Cortez' other crew, are actually building a bridge from Summerton Junction till New Mexico, which is actually the fastest escape route for Gabriel Cortez. And when they actually needed that farm by Mr. Parsons, they killed him off. And because Mr. Parsons has not showed up, they go. This young girl, Christy, played by Christiana Leucas, she calls Sheriff Owens and says that the man is missing, and when two other crew from the sheriff's department, showed up to research what's going on, they found him dead, and they call his supervisor on the scene, Sheriff Owens, and while Sheriff shows up, he gets actually a call from FBI agent John Bannister, played by Forrest Whitaker. Yes, Forrest Whitaker is in this movie. He plays John Bannister in this movie. He's hunt down Gabriel Cortez, and he calls Sheriff Owens and tells him that the SWAT team are actually are coming because there's actually a state fugitive driving through their town, and the sheriff hangs up because he's investigating a crime. And when two of his fellow officers get into trouble, into a firefight with assassins, with mercenaries, Sheriff Owens, which is a pure badass by Arnold Schwarzenegger, he drives with his truck, hits one of the guys, and uses his shotgun, his shotgun, Remington 870 Police Magnum 12 gauge, and shoots two bad guys. He kills three bad guys, three assassins. Bang, bang, he shoots all of them like a pure badass he is in this movie. He saves his fellow officer, his two deputies, Sarah and Bailey, but sadly Jerry Bailey dies. And when he calls John Bannister, he tells him the man is Gabriel Cortez. And now Owens is really pissed, and he decides, because Gabriel Cortez is moving through their city, he decides to group a few men to help him to make a last stand and defend their town. If Gabriel Cortez drives through their town, it actually is going to be their problem. They're not gonna just let him slide so easily. So now, because one of his deputies dies, he deputized this man, Frank Martinez, who used to date his deputy Sarah Torrance. Jamie Alexander from Thor is in this movie. He was actually a soldier in Gulf War in Iraq. and he has actually experience with guns and weapons. So he deputized, and he also deputized this guy, Johnny Knoxville, as Lewis Dinkum. This guy is hilarious in this movie. He's really hilarious in this movie. Yeah, but he deputized him, and now his men are putting all the roadblocks in the city, while the assassins shows up, and they actually go in a firefight with the assassins. One of them is Peter Stormer as Burrell. Thomas Burrell, he's Thomas Burrell as the leader of those assassins who were building the bridge, and of course, while they actually have a firefight, a firepower. Thomas Burrell wears a Colt Dragon, which is 6 rounds, the old Colt he's wearing, and there's actually fights. There's actually a last stand there's actually a last stand in the town, in which you can see that Dinkum goes and uses the chainsaw and cuts that telegraph pole. Never mind. I can't pronounce the name, but he uses a chainsaw, and he goes to that tree and falls down. They put all the roadblocks, and they now have they're now in the firefight. And one of them is Mike Figgis, played by Luis Guzman, and he uses that old machine gun, 50 caliber, and fires on all the bad guys. There's a fight scene, and he goes and fires all the bad guys. He goes and fires all the bad guys, and I love the last stand, and like Sarah Torrance grabs a sniper rifle. She uses a sniper rifle. Browning A Bolt, and she shoots one of the bad guys. And I love when with a school bus, Dinkum and Ray Owens shows up with machine gun, Vickers machine gun, 250 rounds to kill all the bad guys. Or Owens runs on he goes and runs on the roof, falls down, shoots the guy in the head. That's a great scene, and lands on that toys. And the other man tries to shoot him, and this old lady says, "No trespassing." And the guy says, "Shut up, Granny." She grabs a gun, shoots him. and Schwarzenegger says, "Mrs. Salazar, obliged." Go get him, Ray, okay. Mrs. Salazar was played by Louise Geary. She played Mrs. Salazar, but it was great. And also, this guy tried to kill Sarah, so her boyfriend Frank's run, and this guy has like 2 guns, 2 Glocks, shoots on both of them. And Frank goes and bang, 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 shoots the bastard, shoots him, bang, bang, bang. Empty full clip of his magazine, of his Glock, and saves Sarah. She goes and kisses each other. There also a scene in which Dinkum grabs a signal flare and fires at this guy who wears all the heavily artillery, all the bullets on his back, and fires a signal flare right in the back, and he gets blown to pieces. Great practical effect. He gets blown, and I love that scene in which Dinkum does that in the movie. And I also love when Sheriff Owens goes with the shotgun and shoots on Thomas Burrell, bang, 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 with Remington, with his shotgun, with his shotgun Remington 817. He goes and shoots him, bang, 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 bang. I love that scene, bang, 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 bang. Love that scene. He blows the car, he goes under the bus, and he fires Thomas Burrell right his ear off, and says, "Who the hell are you?" "I'm the sheriff." Bang! Shoots him. "Welcome to Summertown." And shoots him. I love that scene. I love the firefight between the bad guys. Or there was like this guy uses a rocket launcher and blows a police car. When Ray Owens, Sarah, and Jerry are fleeing with the car, he blows the sheriff's car to pieces. I love that scene. I love the explosions in this movie. Love the explosions in this movie. I really do love the explosions. The explosions are so great in this movie. I love this car. I love this car. Camaro that Arnold Schwarzenegger is driving. I love this car. I love the shootout scene, and by the end, the shootout scene are actually great. The shootout scenes are actually very, very great. My favorite scene is Ray Owens with shotgun. He goes and hits one of the assassins with a truck and shoots the bad guys in the head, shoots the guy in the head, or he goes with his shotgun Remington, 12 gauge Remington 870, police magnet goes and shoots the car. I love that scene. Or he goes and shoots those two assassins with a shotgun. He's a badass, just like the Terminator. He shoots all of them. Bang, bang. I love that scene. So Gabriel Cortez is now driving through the town, and he found out that when he took the hostage, Ellen Richards, she was actually a corrupt FBI agent. He bought her, and Genesis Rodriguez, she plays Agent Ellen Richards. She was bought, and he throws her out of the car, and then he goes, he drives through the town and calls Beryl, and Arnold says, "We'll be ready," and they get ready, and he escapes through the town, and Arnold Schwarzenegger, he couldn't move the bus, so he uses he drives Camaro while Cortez is driving a Corvette. And he goes and uses this car, Camaro, red Camaro. He drives a red Camaro from that mayor, that park on the fire zone. He uses Camaro, goes after him, and we see a cornfield scene. That scene on a cornfield is actually a badass scene, on a cornfield scene, it's actually it's a badass scene, but it was actually filmed. That was actually filmed in October, and they both go there's a car chase scene in the cornfield, which is another favorite scene of mine. It's a great car chase. They both crashed in that tractor. They both crashed in it, and Cortez tries to escape through that bridge that his men built them. But I love when Sheriff stands there and he tries to bot him by give him $5 million and says, "You're under arrest," And they go fight each other, and like Cortez stabs and cuts him, stabs in the leg, and Ray stabs him back in the leg, which is awesome. He stabs him, which is awesome. It was awesome. And when he beats the shit out of Gabriel Cortez, and his line says, "Okay, 20 million if you just turn the other way around." And Sheriff Owen says, my honor is not for sale." Fuck your honor! Love that scene. And he goes, arrests him, bring his ass back in town, in which of course not in his town, not on his watch. Did not saw this, but okay. But yeah, he brings him back in the town. Meantime, John Bannister and his SWAT team already showed up, because previously when the SWAT team were on their way, they were actually destroyed by Cortez's men. And like Cortez, he had a lot of assassins and an army, and those deputies, they're like only four or five people who decides to stop, to end. One, two, four, yeah, with five people with Sheriff Owens, they decide to stop them, They decide to stop all of them, to stop Cortez. And he brings Cortez back. He gets arrested. Richardson shows up and gets also arrested by Bannister. She lies. She says, "Oh, I thought he's going to kill me." And she said, "Oh, it's glad he did because it would be my honor if he arrests her." I love that scene, I love that scene. And then the movie, of course, ends. The movie, of course, ends. The movie then ends and this guy with head shows up. "Hey Ray, what the hell happened to my car?" And says, "Next time don't park on a fire zone, schmuck." And the movie ends. Directed by Ji-won Kim. He's a South Korean director. It actually was a box office disappointment. It bombed at the box office because this is $40 million, but only earned $48 million, but it did profit with DVD and Blu-ray release. Written was by Andrew Knauer, did a good job. G1 came for the action scenes, for the shootout scenes, did a great job. Arnold Schwarzenegger was fantastic. Best performance by Arnold Schwarzenegger as Sheriff Ray Owens. Johnny Knoxville did a good job. He's great as Lewis Lincoln. Jamie Alexander was hot and sexy babe as Sarah Torrance. I love her in this movie. Gabriel Cortez, played by Eduardo Noriega. He did a good job. He was great. I also forgot to mention that scene after Sheriff Owens he crawls under the bus. He uses Smith & Wesson Model 500, and he shoots Peter Stormare his ear out, which I love that. And then he shoots in the head. Love that scene. The weapons are good. The action scenes are good. There's like Fast and the Furious while Gabriel Cortez is speeding with his car. But the actors, in my opinion, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Johnny Knoxville, Jamie Alexander, did a good job. This guy who played Frank Martinez, I like him. He was okay. The action scenes, the explosions were great in the film. It's fast paced. I didn't felt bored with this film. But I really enjoyed The Last Stand. I love the car, Chevrolet Corvette, C66 ZR1, and Camaro was driven by Ray Owens. By Arnold Schwarzenegger was driving Camaro. I really like that scene. I like the fight scene. The music score was by who's this guy? I can't fucking see. VOMG. I don't know this guy for music score. Doesn't matter. But the cast did perfect. The action sequences are still delivered. They're still great on Arnold Schwarzenegger. I mean, Arnold Schwarzenegger did great job as Ray Owens. So yes, I put this number 10. Even last year I put this movie number 10 on my favorite Arnold Schwarzenegger films. Was actually released January 12th. Directed by Korean director Ji-won Kim. And I think that Jamie Alexander did a good job with the sniper rifle. She did a great job. This guy who plays Frank Martinez, I love when he shoots the assassin and saves Jamie Alexander's life. I love that scene. But my favorite scene in the film will be when Jerry Bailey and Sarah they're actually in the firefight, and Sheriff Owens drives his truck and hits the guy. He goes and hits the assassin who tries to kill Jamie Alexander. They actually using night visions. He kills him and then grabs a shotgun, shoots the bad guy, and one guy in the head. He shoots one guy with his shotgun Remington 500 in the head. I love that scene. That's my favorite scene because he kills 3 guys. Or he uses his automatic machine weapon, Nazi killers, Vickers machine gun, and shoots all the bad guys. He uses shotgun, Remington 500, and shoots at the car, but misses Thomas Barrel. Bang, bang, bang. Love that scene. I love when Sheriff Owens uses a shotgun. He uses this gun too. He uses this gun. Smith & Wesson Model 500. That Smith & Wesson Model 500 he uses on the bus. Who the hell are you? I'm the sheriff, and blows the guys to pieces. But I really enjoyed this film. I really love The Last Stand. It's kind of the title used by X-Men, The Last Stand, but I'm glad it's different. It's actually a stand-up alone movie. I really do wish that there will be a sequel out there with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Forest Whitaker reprising the roles, but that didn't happen. Forest Whitaker did a good job as John Bannister because this movie has 2 halves, half and a half, 2 halves. One half focus on John Bannister trying to capture this leader of drug cartel who escapes, a fugitive, Cortez who escapes. The other half talks about Sheriff Owens, and we find out that he was in Los Angeles, a cop, but his last job he got 5 bullets and he stopped the bad guys, but 7 of his men were killed. He survived, and that was it for him. He left, and since then he's been the sheriff. And I love that he's alone, that he lives alone, that and I still think that Arnold Schwarzenegger still pulled it off. He was still nice. He returned. This was actually his first movie after Terminator 3: Rise of the Machines. And I think that he had a scene with Jackie Chan, but I don't remember that movie because I never watched it and never cared. But The Last Stand, I love the costume that Sheriff Owens was wearing. I love his sunglasses. The Last Stand, I really enjoy. I don't know about Ji-Won Kim or his other movies, but I think he did not understand. He understands English. He just did not talk English, so he had a translator translating what he says, so that he could understand with the cast and with the crew. But this is really bad. It's too bad that it bombed at the box office. I think it could deserve much more. It did not deserve to be bombed at the box office. But this is my movie. It's rated R. There's still bloody scenes. It's rated R. Like this guy, a farmer on the tractor, gets shot in the head. He falls down and see all the blood scene. That is a really good effect. And when this guy grabs a rocket launcher, when Schwarzenegger and his crew are running away and blows the sheriff's car to pieces. That's really a good scene. Peter Stormare, he played. I forgot the character that he played in Prison Break. I forgot his character. I think his name was John. I don't remember his character, but he was in season 1 until he get killed in season 2. But he was in Prison Break, which I completely remember him the most was in Prison Break. Peter Stormare. But I love The Last Stand. I mean, I love The Last Stand. Yeah, good screenplay by Andrew Knauer. Directed by J. Kwan. I don't know what else to say. I enjoy Arnold Schwarzenegger, Jamie Alexander, and of course Johnny Knoxville in this movie. But anyway, that's my movie review on The Last Stand 2013 for Arnold Schwarzenegger, and I'll see you in the next movie review, which is gonna be soon. So have a good Sunday, take care, and have a good day. See you later, guys.